Hello, Internet, and welcome back to the cozy place. I have the Hogwarts hoodie on, the posters in the background, webcam is on, the Beppis is in hand. Ah, delicious Beppis. Only because I'm out of tea. So, that really is capturing my phone shot. So, I was at a toy fair today. This is a vlog, kind of, but not really. It's more like a showcase. Anyway, I was at a toy fair today, NECBP fairs. I don't know why I'm pointing like there's going to be some blurb on the screen here. Editing me will sort this out. There is no editing me! So I went to toy fair. I was £9 admission. I went for the regular admission rather than the more expensive early bird admission. You get in from 8 a.m. I went with my old man, my dad, my popski. And there were like 100 odd stalls there. I will put some pictures on my social media, on my Twitter, at CountyJacksec on Twitter. Shameless plug on my own video, it's fine. It's my video, I can do what I want to. Damn it. And what I want to do is honk at things. Anyway, I got some stuff. And I'm going to show off this stuff in the same vein as the video that's coming out soon. Once I finished editing it. No, I said there's no editing, Jacksec. Shut the fuck up in the comments. Shut up, you! Yes, you! I see you chatting away. Chatting. You suck. No, we love you, really. People. So, I'm going to show off what I got today. Other than the plethora of business cards and whatnot, I picked up some business cards because private sellers are fun, and a lot better than buying from a conglomerate. If you can buy local, or from a local store, or from a small-time business rather than a big-time business, you should do that. I'm going to cost you, like, a little more. Sometimes it'll cost you less. As I will now demonstrate with these amazing things. So the first thing I picked up today, it's not in the most amazing condition, but it is a copy of Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, the PlayStation 1. It is missing the front bit. But it does have the black back blurb. I'm going to gently turn this around because this case is a little damaged. You look at the blurb here. Now I shall read it to you. Now, in ancient Egypt, there existed a force so powerful, it had to be locked away for millennia. Now you can unravel the secrets of the ultimate power and the 7 Millennium items in an all-new adventure. Based on the hit television series. I like it doesn't say anime. It's like, we can't call it an anime. It's like the 90s. Yugioh Forbidden Memories takes you back to ancient Egypt to solve the mysteries of the Millennium items and uncover the secrets of the dual monsters in the Yugioh world. Features role-playing game story mode featuring a side story to the animated series in ancient Egypt. Holy shit, this whole thing actually takes place in ancient Egypt. Holy shit! Image 3 on the back of this. It's not gonna come up amazingly well on camera. That's fucking Taya! It's ancient Egyptian Taya. That is adorable. Dual Monsters makes the jump to a full 3D playing field. This was the first time they used 3D playing fields. The first time. If this can be believed. Which, why would they lie in their own game? Import cards from the official card game to create more powerful deck. Can you import modern cards? Just playing Links in a PlayStation 1 game? Now this thing doesn't even have fucking internet access. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm guessing it uses like the codes. Because they used to do that like, I think probably this was maybe the first game that they did it with, maybe? Although they might have done it with like the Game Boy game as well. Basically, in the bottom left-hand corner, I think they may have shifted to a right for some cards. There is a 8-digit number, kind of like your bank card. Put that in the comments below too while you're at it, so then we can see what monster your bank card is. I'm joking. Don't fucking do that. Do not do that. I am not trying to steal anyone's bank card information. Anyway, you type that 8-digit number of the card. The Yu-Gi-Oh card, not your bank card. Stop it! Put that bank card away. If you do that with your Yu-Gi-Oh card, provided it existed within the scope of this game, you will get a card in game.
through various means. I did it in Tag Force. You have the trade rental machines. You can rent a certain amount of cards, and you get a few to start off with. With that, you can type in a password, an 8-digit number of a card, and it will put that card in the game. Obviously, don't try and put a link monster into Tag Force 3. Don't. But yeah, that's what I must be referring to here. Duel against and trade cards with your friends to gain experience and upgrade your card collection. Oh my god, it's the first game ever to simulate friendship! Finally. I also just love how the disc itself is just this weird Egyptian thing with the Millennium Puzzle just there. I haven't looked at the condition of this disc. The seller told me that it worked. And it was £3. If it were more than that, by a significant margin, I'd have said no. But £3, even just for a kind of collectible, just kind of like people who have vinyl records that don't fucking work. I have this now. It also means that if I emulate the game at any point and Konami gets pissy with me, I can show them this. I own a copy of the game. May not work, but I own a copy of the game. And I guess if it does work, it'll be easier to emulate from a disc, right? And if it doesn't work, it's possibly still not able to burn the files onto a computer. Because it may just not be able to read it properly on the console, but it might actually, or on the PC itself as playing, it might be able to read it to burn the raw files. Which is what I did with Digimon Rumble Arena, which still didn't fucking work. But anyway, that was item 1. It only gets better from here. Side note, it might not actually get better from here, but this is still good. And the other things are still good. Whether it's better or not, the rest of the stuff is up to your interpretation. So, the next item on our agenda is a Creo Lego set, I guess. Creo, for reference, is a company that does essentially a competitor to Lego. Obviously, they're not as old as Mega Bloks or Lego or a lot of others, but they are a pretty damn good brand of bricks. I believe they mostly do Hasbro properties, because the first time I ever saw them and I got a set from them was when they did Transformers. And yeah, you used to be able to get big Transformers models that could transform. And a minifig kind of like this one was the Transformer that you could, essentially, smaller minifigure version. And there were sets and all sorts of cool stuff, and I think they did other things, but after a while, they just kind of disappeared. Gone. And then I see this. I like my Dungeons and Dragons. I know who Drizzt is. So, it's only a little thing, and I got this for £2. Yeah, a decent Dungeons and Dragons minifig for £2. The side build, kinda shit, but I also want to draw your attention to the other figures in this set. Like Lord Neverember. That I've got to look for. Because Lord Neverember, fucking cool. And I fucking killed him at one point. In one campaign, I actually fucking killed the guy. Yeah, turns out druids are just funny. We dropped an ocean on him, and then staked him. And because he couldn't move to get out of the thing, he couldn't mistform or something, and because I moonbeamed him as well, with my druid. Yeah, he couldn't transform, he couldn't leave running water, and he couldn't move. He was dead! So the rest of the group went to his coffin, expecting him to reappear, and he didn't reappear. They come back to the druid, and the druid's like, am I doing this right? Oh, we also put a wall of, like, a cage of force around him, too. You know, it should add insult to injury. Anyway, yeah, the guy was dead. And it was the funniest thing, because in previous sessions, we never even found out the guy was a vampire, I don't think, until, like, the wrong, dumb moment, and we chased him out of our castle. We had a castle, by the way. Anyway, yeah, we bullied the fuck out of Lord Neverember, and it was the funniest thing. And I kind of want that Lord Neverember figure now, because that is just the funniest thing. I don't know who Vancy, Eye of Glumsh, and Wolfgar are, but I'm presuming, like Drizzt and Lord Neverember, that they're pretty important characters at least some part of D&D. Maybe not the Forgotten Realms or something else, but definitely in some part of D&D. Anyway, we're going to open this, which is probably a dumb idea, but I don't care because I like my little figures. I don't care. I'm doing this for your sake, chap. So, I am going to inevitably damage the packaging, unfortunately. So the first thing I notice here is this trading card. Lego card game? See, Lego cards don't have fucking effects on them. So we have 51 attack, 63 defense, 53 speed, and 45 magic. Which is cool. I have no idea what that means. But it's cool that it has its own card game. Or at least something resembling a card game. Don't know how it works? Gonna find out. I'll probably post up on Twitter right away to find out about that. Also, just a weird way of doing a minifigure set. I do wonder if there are bigger sets for this, though. Again, I will look that up and try and get a hold of some. We have a leaflet, which I'm guessing is the building instructions. I do like how it's done like a scroll. So, we're just gonna gently and carefully do this. Okay, so it's kind of like this. So yeah, it's kind of instructions. Oh, yeah, here's the set then. So we got Crayon Warriors Assortment. There's the one number. And something called Fortress Defense. So we have a few, like, soldiers and whatnot. And a few... maybe like an orc warband or something? Hold up. I don't know if you can see that too well. But that's a cool set. I don't recognize the banner, but I'm sure someone could tell me what that is. The chest is very much the same as Lego's, honestly. It's a cool little set. Does give me vibes of classic Lego Castle, honestly. Mixed maybe with a little bit of Lego Forestman. Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna build this guy actually on the video. Except I'm not gonna build it on the video, but I'm gonna build it now. So we are done. So this is the little build. So we have the piece here kind of just stuck on with one stud, and we got a spare bow by the looks of things. It's just kind of hanging there, which is an interesting choice. I think with Lego you'd have like a clip or something instead. This piece is interesting. It's like leafy piece in dark red, and it does kind of look like a tree you might see in a forest near the Dark Elven sort of entryway. And you get a Creo printed brick, which is actually embossed, I think. Which is very interesting. I may use that somewhere, maybe not. I might even use it in my my Japanese city, just as an advertisement for Creo or something. It might be like a kind of oil in the world or something. One of the few instances where I'd use a non-Lego brick in that kind of context, just because it would be funny. And Tristan himself actually is really good. First. It's a decent minifig, and by the looks of the base, it seems like they know what they're doing. It's like, yeah, you could actually probably use this as a D&D minifig. Yeah, it's got a similar D&D style base, so that's cool. That's one. So that's item number 2, and that cost me £2, which is honestly less than a collectible minifigure. So on to the next item then. Put this stuff to one side temporarily. I have 2, 4. I have 4 Lego minifigs. So the first of which being kind of an Nexo Force guy. It's not Hikaru, and it's not Ryu, and it's not, anyone in particular. I just thought it was interesting. It's got Hikaru's hair, and I'll probably change the head up for something else, maybe move the hair someplace else. I mostly got it because it was £1 for a decent print of the jumpsuit piece, mostly, and the hair piece. Those pieces alone would probably set me near enough £1. So I'd say they could make me a bricking order just for that. We got the Super Sentai style man. That's from my collectible minifigure series. Again, he was only £2. I believe on a lot of places he's a lot more expensive, like reaching 4 or 5 when he was first a thing. Just cool to get him. Again, I wanted him for the Japanese city because, yeah, I should probably context. Yeah, I'm building a Lego Japanese city, by the way. That's perhaps a bit of information. I may do some updates on that over time on this channel also. But yeah, I wanted him for the city. I've got a bunch of other stuff, like minifigs of Goku and Vegeta and a bunch of other things that I'll probably show off in the future. Yeah, it's going to be cool. But yeah, I need that guy for the city. Same thing with this guy. I'm not sure where he's from. I think he's from a Lego movie lineup. He was £3, a bit more on the expensive side. But it reminded me of, I think it's the TV show Drawn to Life, where you've got that Not Quite Pikachu parody. And I thought, hey, my city needs a Not Quite Pikachu parody. Whether he'll be part of a 3D sign or a character in his own right. I figured I'd add him to the Japanese city because Japan has a lot of these interesting, weird-looking mascots with various different things. So, there's one of them. Whether he's a living entity or not remains to be seen. The remaining one, I got Jestro, I think it's Jestro, from, this is a Nexo Knights figure. I pretty much just got this guy because it's a cool jester. I will probably swapping out the head with something more funny. I want to try and get some sort of cat-looking head, purely so I can make the classic joke of, that's probably circulating on the internet, if you guys know of it. It's something that I'm in a channel of that makes a joke about it, Simon Honeydew. I want to make it Fiesta Cat. Look that up, by the way. Fiesta Cat. If you don't know the context, Fiesta Cat's super funny. It's just a cat with a jester hat and a pipe and 3D glasses. But the joke with Fiesta Cat is you spoiler the image on Discord or whatever, or you censor it somehow, and you describe it to your colleagues, or if you're unsuspecting victim. This is a really important diagram you should look at. And then they get basically rickrolled, but instead of it being Rick Astley, it's just a cat. Just a cat with a jester hat, 3D goggles, and a pipe. And without context, that must be really confusing. Send what is Fiesta Cat to your friends in your business meetings today. I'm fairly certain you won't get fired, because it's actually a pretty innocent joke. I mean, your boss is not going to be that pissed off at you, to be honest. Give your boss some cookies first. And then send it to them in the next board meeting. Or, if you're the one in charge of the slides, hide it in the slide somewhere, as an important diagram. So that's that. That was cool. Definitely getting the Super Sentai figure was the sort of, I can't remember the exact context. It's pretty cool. The next item is pretty cool for me. It's a copy of RD08 from the Accelerators Hot Wheels series. I got this for 50p in a rummage bin, and its condition is honestly really good. I'd even say near mint. I can't even really see any dings on this thing. I think there's maybe like one or two tiny little scratches I probably couldn't see with the naked eye. But this is kind of expensive. I'd probably value this about 10 quid. These things go for a bomb sealed. Things that from the Accelerator series, which was released in 2004, 2005, like maybe 2006. Yeah, you just can't get them sealed. I looked on eBay, and generally the cheapest ones, like RD06, yeah, they all have. All of this team have basically RD and then a number as part of their casting name. And RD06 was designed to be the mass-produced kind of swarm car, because they were the bad guys. They were evil robots. That's the cheapest at like 30, 40 sealed. Yeah. 30, 40 sealed. Because Mattel had the clever idea of going, you know what, we'll add a booster pack to every single car. Yeah, and it had a card game. I did mention about this card game. I think I may have done a video on it. If not, I will do a video on it. And the packs and the cards are also kind of expensive for a defunct card game because it's really obscure, really weird. Yes, there's a Hot Wheels card game. Move on, everybody. But yeah, this is an expensive car. It's just cool. I may already have one of this already with different wheels, but gee, I don't think I have the specific one. So it was cool. I'm adding it to my collection. And because, again, they're evil robots, you could probably see more than one of these existing. And it's cool. I like it. It gives me the serotonin. I do not see these very often at all, and I go to a lot of events and card boot sales and whatnot. The next thing, second to last thing, I am saving the best thing till last, in my opinion. I'm gonna get all these out. Don't do that, kids. Do never stick your head in the carry bag. Who am I kidding? There's no kids watching this. I got some bootleg Pokemon figures. So we got Porygon. Actually, kind of looks the right color. Hey, cute. You get a head pat, or I guess a finger pat. And a Charmeleon. And a Sentra with, like, albino-looking eyes. A blood red mouth. Don't question it. We got Fortress. I think I already had a bootleg Fortress, but I think this is a much better looking one. It's much more recognizable as Fortress. It's the right colors and everything. We have an Aron. I may repaint the eyes, maybe. I may do a little paint work to these. Cacnea. I almost picked up a slightly less good one, but it's Cacnea. It's cute. Diglett and Dugtrio. So there's the Dugtrio. And the Diglett. You can't really see the Diglett's nose very well, so what I may do is I may paint it blue. Purely because that's to make it shiny. Because, yeah, if you've ever seen a shiny Diglett, the only thing that changes is the fucking nose. And it's adorable, because it looks like Diglett has a cold. And it has this sniffles. And then I got a Grimer, which is honestly looks more like Grimace from McDonald's. A Cloyster. I didn't have a Cloyster. Cherubi. It looked adorable. I like Cherubi. And a Spearow, because it's a common Pokemon. And the reason I get all these is because of Dungeons & Dragons. They're the right scale to put them on a D&D board. They may not be to scale with the D&D figures, like the actual characters and whatnot, but they're to scale for about a 5x5 square on most dungeon maps and dungeon tiles and whatnot. So that's why I have them, as they fit based upon their size. I think maybe Fortress is a bit bigger, but also Pokemon sizes are fucking weird. Like Joltik is like this big. Okay, that kind of makes sense. It's a spider. Then you have, like, I don't know, Ariados, which is, like, you know, half the size of a fucking person. Don't make no sense. Or, like, Dugtrio is actually kind of big. Anyway, the point is that they fit roughly on a map based on what I would categorize them as their size in D&D. And if they're bigger than their size here, then I'll just stick them on a base that's bigger with some terrain or something. Sue me. Anyway, don't sue me. Yeah. The reason I picked up these ones in particular is generally because you don't see official Pokemons in them anyway, even in this scale. Like, no one cares about Diglett and Dugtrio. I mean, I do, because I have a Blueberry. As in, I have a shiny Diglett I call Blueberry. It's adorable. Cherubi, again, I had a shiny of it, and I love cherries, because I'm Papillon. Anyway, Spearow is a common thing that you'd probably see if you were playing D&D and you were level 1. You'd probably fight a flock of Spearow in a Pokemon world. Aron, because I already have Lairon and an Aggron. Porygon, because it's adorable, and I could see Porygon being a weird rare encounter. Cacnea, because it's fucking cactus, and cacti are adorable. Also, I can use Cacnea as a stand-in for Cactuar if I really need to. They're both cacti, okay? I know they look different, but a cactus is a fucking cactus. If I tell you that's a Cactuar, you probably believe me. Sentret, because it's adorable, and I do have a Furret. Charmeleon, because I already have a Charizard and a Charmander, but I don't have a Charmeleon in this size. I do have a Charmeleon, and it's official, what's it called? What's it? Not WizKids. What's it fucking called? You know, when they did the old figures back in the day. I do have one of those. I think I have another bootleg in a different size. But again, this is the right size for D&D. It is definitely within the it's probably even the right size to scale with figures, to be honest, with characters. Cloyster is just another mon you don't see very often in any kind of form. And I already have a Muck, I think, to go with the Grimer. And also Grimer. Easy sewer creature, right? Anyway, that's that. Let's stick these over here again. And finally, the last thing, which I will build up and show you guys in a minute. Yeah, it's a Lego Friends set. Shoot me. The reason I bought this is because, again, Japanese city stuff. I paid £4 for this, which I think is good for a set this size. Sure, it doesn't have any figures, but that doesn't bother me at all. I don't actually use mini doll figures in my city anyway. I'm going to be using this, even though it's a stage for, like, I guess, like a model thing, like, what do you call it, like a runway for America's Next Top Model or whatever, fashion show. I'm going to be using this because of the lights and what could be considered speakers. I'm using this as the basis, the core component for generating ideas on a karaoke bar for my city. Because I think it kind of works. You've got a stage, you've got like a bit coming out where you can have other people singing, or you can put instruments and whatnot. And you've got some seats for some nice loungers. And more speakers and other things like that. So I figured I could use the basis for that. It was £4. I asked the guy how much it was, and that's £4. Also, the same guy got the D&D thing from, so that was nice. I may also use the Lego Friends tile somewhere else in the city as an advertisement piece. But yeah, I thought this was cool. I'm going to build it. I'll be right back. And here is the finished set. So we have sun loungers, kind of a basic build, but these clips are kind of cool to get. I think we're also using some Yugioh and some other sets, but they're just cool pieces. I may use them, I may not. It's cool to get a bunch of chairs, maybe used for a salon or something, like or a massage parlor or something along those lines, which I could also see being in a city, like a Japanese-style city. I got a standard microphone. I'm going to definitely use as many microphones and pieces like that as possible in the city. I love how it used the droid arm for the one piece. It's cool. I probably would have done it the other way around though. Kind of like this, or like with a standard slightly tilted droid arm, so I can have it kind of so it comes off of here and it faces upward rather than to the side. I may change that with a clip or another piece. The two basic looking speakers, they're good enough. I'll probably use them as well as many other speakers in the karaoke bar. And the main build itself, you got a runway section. I may sort of cut that down to size, or I may use bits of elements of it. I may change up the studs. These pieces here are actually like skeleton legs, which is really cool, in black. Again, more speaker pieces. Your phone is supposed to come through here, so your phone can go like that, which is cool, as part of the stage. Just try it out with my bulky-ass phone. Nope, doesn't fit. If I took it out of the case, it probably fit. I love the build, though. Cool stage. Another note is, I like the colors. It's a very good mix of bright colors that we do for a karaoke bar. And also, these pieces here and that piece here, the plates, they are big plates, honestly. They're very large plates. So they would be kind of expensive pieces, which make this set itself worth it just for the pieces. Yes, lime and azure pieces are kind of common, and I guess the other types do because of a lot of friend sets. But it's good to get pieces in those colors, especially the magenta and the lavender pieces anyway. And I think some of like the lime pieces, like these 1x2s, slopes with the kind of the cross-hatchy kind of, textured effect are good. Getting 2x3s in light bluish gray, and these are really nice. I can see multiples of these being bought and used for awnings of buildings. And just, yeah, it's just a nice set in general. I like it a lot. This is £4. Maybe I overspent, I don't know. But it's 154 odd pieces. Which is honestly about the cost of 3 polybags, honestly. 3 decent polybags would probably set you back the same amount of pieces. And a polybag is about £3. So I think I lucked out on this one. Let me know in the comments what you think. I think what I'm going to do with this signage piece is they did do Circle Lego Friends signs in this exact same size, but kind of the modified plate, which has kind of a tile bit up front here to put a sticker on. That I'll probably replace it with that rather than just the generic like, Friends logo, and that will get reused somewhere else in the city. Also to note, just like this is a print, not a sticker. It's a print. That's honestly really good for a set of this size and of this cost-effective cheapness. Well done, Lego. Kudos to you. Do it more often, and with pieces that actually honestly matter. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm looking forward to the next Toy Fair. I think there's one in May. I might go to that one too. But in any case, I will catch you guys in the next video. Honk honk for now. Bye-bye.